Which I find strange because I'm in Sweden and you guys are in
Right.
US, but
If
alright,
it ends
sure,
up being
diversity
too
first.
laggy, just all chat it, and I'll bail out. Um, I can see what you guys type in all chat, but you can't see what I type. Alright.
Alright, do I go mute?
Yeah, go deafen.
Yeah.
Alright, so we've got ourselves a game, the inaugural tower game of Dopa. Dopa is a new shining star of the UPL Zergs, maybe the new hope. After all of the people that we thought were going to be incredible just started falling to the downplay train. We're going to have to see how this works out here. Connection's a little bit fuzzy, but it's cleaning up some. So Fuzzy is known for being a very low APM player. He focuses on having exactly 100% effective APM, so not wasting clicks, not wasting movements. Dopa, on the other hand, is someone who comes from a StarCraft 2 background, and this guy is fire. But, gonna have to see how this works out for him. I also told them that if the game is too laggy for them, yell at me in all chat and I will leave, so we might not get a clean recording of this. We're gonna have to see. Fuzzy is also a mech enjoyer, so we should be expecting to see him playing mech. However, Dopa's kind of really picking up on the meta, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him going for 12 hatch into 2 hatch muta. That's kind of the most common Zerg build right now, but you never know. There's plenty of things that you can see, lots of tricks in the Zerg book. So I'm not too worried whatsoever about Dopa having at least a cohesive build. Overlord should be popping any second now. Big thing we're going to be looking for from Fuzzy is when the gas pops. If he gets it before first few minutes, then we can expect that to be a alright, quick little rope-a-dope just to make sure that there's nothing coming in. And hatch going down. If we see the gas going down right about now, okay, yeah, so we are definitely doing mech here from Fuzzy. He's starting to wall off the ramp as well, so this is going to be a one-base play. Maybe he'll float out a command center if he wants to expand, but this is going to be very tightly turtled up. I think the barracks will spawn inside the wall as well, so those Marines going to be nice and snug inside the wall, snug as a bug. This Overlord here, he's actually reverse scouting on this map. We are playing Polestar, it looks like, and typically the Zerg would send the first Overlord away from their own natural, but we are reverse scouting, going to see this pretty much ideally. I think that the routing should see the wall here for Dopa. Fuzzy not even microing out the SCV. I think we're going to be a little bit late here. I know the layer's going to be right on time, actually. This is a very well-timed layer. Should be 253. Assuming that we upgrade on time. All right, a little... Oh, we have to wait for the spawning pool. So 255 layer here from Dopa. Fuzzy, considering making an on-site command center when he's already got a wall that's very vulnerable to lings. Saving up the money right now. He's lifted the command center, only has one Marine. Going to be floating the barracks down to the low ground. Couple of lings coming out here, not going to be enough to really threaten. And even though we didn't see the gas, just the indication or maybe the meta knowledge of the way Fuzzy likes to play is enough to inspire the early creep colony, which is going to be a anti-Vulture sunken. Vulture is on its way out as well, so Dopa definitely knows what it is he's looking at. Gonna have a 1 Marine bunker, maybe a few more Marines coming out here for Fuzzy. Couple of Lings moving forward to scout, maybe put some pressure on. Not gonna be able to get any pressure out though with this wall, or with this defense. A little bit of trouble getting the Vulture out the door. This is kind of a choked up area that's going to be very difficult to maneuver around until he kills off the egg, or until he lifts up the barracks.
Hey, was this 11 pool gas opener from Dopa?
No, I think it's 12 hatch. You got the lair going at 255, so...
Okay.
Also, the pool was the limiting factor, not the gas, so... Doesn't feel like it was 11 pool. Alright. Fuzzy's not poking in, recognizing that Sunken's probably there already, looking to see if there's a third out. However, third's going to go on the 9 o'clock position here, not the 12. Dopa pulls the trigger, starts the third. Might lose the Overlord here if we don't control it to go over the cliff. I think it's gonna just barely survive. Couple of Lings out on a scouting expedition. Starting to get another factory here for Fuzzy. Not sure of a lot of the details of the way that mech works here, but he is going to be ready to pump out Goliath. Should be able to get Goliath range as well, going into 3-fact. We already have the Spire moving into Hydra Den for Dopa. Should be seeing some Mutalisks any moment now. Alright, managing to get that Overlord. That's actually a big deal because that keeps him close to a supply block. And
Hey, the factory's flying. That's bad. Like, that means
yeah,
Goliath range could not have been upgrading while the factory was flying.
Oh, that is a big problem.
And where's the turrets? No turrets?
The eBay just finished up, but there's no turrets here at all. The only saving grace, actually, is that supply block that the Overlord got, so we only have 4 mutas instead of what should be 5 or 6. But even then, just 2 Goliaths isn't enough to defend this. The turrets are very late. They're starting up now. Nice target fire here from Dopa. Able to 2-shot onto the SCVs. Being driven away by the Goliaths. These are barely even bruised mutas. 5 of them now. Gonna be looking for 7 to 1-shot SCVs. Not many Marines to look for. This number is able to easily take on Marines, but we're all Goliaths, which are a little bit tankier. Don't remember the math for breakpoints to 2-shot Goliaths, but we're actually taking a lot of damage here and trying to dance around. Finally finding our rhythm, but we're going to lose 2 mutas here. Microing against Goliaths is pretty annoying. They don't do a ton of damage, but their range makes it hard to lose the aggro on.
I don't know if I like Dopa's build order, because like he made the Hydra Den, but he's only on 3 hatcheries, and he's also already mining his 3rd gas.
Right.
So like, if you're just gonna stay on 3 hatcheries and also mine your 3rd gas, like I think that means you just want to mass muta, like really, really mass muta. But he doesn't have enough minerals to spend his gas.
And he's
Like,
barely
I don't
mining
know.
off he's not mining off the 3rd at all. He's actually pulled. He's not even mining off the gas anymore over here. Recognizing how much more he needs, like how much of a surplus of gas he has. I really want him to just pull these mutas back and try and stockpile them a little bit, because right now they're not doing anything. A little bit of an engage here, but we already have armor on these Goliaths. However, there's no tanks to fight off the Hydras, so they are getting tons and tons of damage here. think this is pretty much an even trade, but that's not good for our Terran player because he just has less ability to produce behind this right now. How many factories are we on? We're still on 3 factories.
I don't think it's so bad for Fuzzy because it's only 3 hatch production.
Right.
Like,
and we have not done any macro hatches yet. We're not mining off of the 3rd at all still.
I mean, I guess it's dangerous, but it's just an all-in you need to hold.
Right, I was thinking this kind of feels all in from Dopa, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Doesn't have any Marines in the bunker, that's empty. Think we need to go back to high ground, maybe? Try and tank up as much as we can?
What's the Goliath upgrade? Is it armor?
Yeah, just armor.
What? He hasn't made it. Okay, he made a tank.
We got a tank. Does he have siege? I don't think he has siege. Vulture's coming out now, too. This feels like desperation. Needs to repair this tank if he can. Pulling it back to the high ground. At least we're getting high ground advantage. Good focus fire here from Dopa. Down goes the tank. Tons and tons of vultures here, but they don't fight well into Hydras. We don't have any upgrades for them either. The SCV is probably doing most of the work in this exchange, honestly. Those SCVs are doing fantastically. Gundams, indeed. However, I think that both these guys are really running out of gas. No pun intended. Dopa's supply is horrific, and most of our defense here from Fuzzy is just coming from... Okay, nice, we have siege mode. Most of the damage until siege mode comes out is coming from the SCVs, honestly. Now, we're going to lose a lot of SCVs here from the positioning and from the splash from siege tanks. Very, very low tank. We're actually getting inside point-blank range. Need to focus fire down the Hydras. More Goliaths coming out here. This is just an absolutely scrappy, brawly game. No barracks to make any Marines to populate that bunker with either. Yuta coming across. The fact that there's no Goliaths to fight Doff and hardly any turrets. I think Dopa's gonna have this, but just by the skin of his teeth. We need to repair. We need to repair. All right, Fuzzy's trying. Unfortunately, the terrain's too hard to get surface area to repair. Losing the tank. And Fuzzy's gonna call GG. Oh, man. Really, really tight game 1. Really tight game 1. I'm happy with both the way both those players played. Honestly, that was really, really good. Gonna have to see what map they want to go to. I feel like Polestar is kind of almost best case scenario for Fuzzy. It's a pretty decent defensive map. Maybe I'd see him going to Knockout if it's available, just to have the trench to make it a little bit harder to send Hydras in. But, I don't know. Alright, we're going to Octagon instead, so that's another one that has, like, a lot of potential for defense if you can get out to the ridge. We're going to see how it plays. Entire center is buildable here, but it's very hard to build anything outside of your natural. So I feel like lurkers are especially strong on this map. Don't know how much Dopa likes to play lurker. Alright, starting to stabilize a little bit on the latency end. I'm resisting the temptation to yell at Dopa for his mining. But I don't think we're going to see anything especially aggressive out of Fuzzy. He does not strike me as an 8-Rax or a BBS player. I really feel like Fuzzy is kind of the player profile that is just very chill regardless. Like, doesn't get worked up about stuff, doesn't get, like, too tilty, just... I enjoy the game, I've been playing it for a long time, and I'm going to keep playing it my way. We're going to get first location scout again. The reverse scout for Dopa working out twice in a row. That's kind of insane. Like, I always hate getting first scouted. And it's going to happen to Fuzzy 2 games in a row now. Now the question is, because we don't see the depot going out to wall, if we keep a tight build here, it might be that the Overlord goes out to the natural and doesn't see a base there, so we get the assumption that there's nothing here? I mean, that would be a really, really long shot and probably not going to happen, but it's a possibility. 12 hatch again here from Dopa. Keeping it safe, keeping it standard. I think last game we saw the refinery going down right about now. Is Fuzzy gonna change it up a little bit here on his build? Maybe going for a gasless expand? That would be very risky, I think. Well, I mean, that's kind of like standard against Zerg if you're going bio. It does look like it's actually playing for bio here. I've never seen Fuzzy play a bio game before. Yeah, right now, the way that the scouting is set up, we're not going to be aware of where Fuzzy is, because that Overlord is going to the natural and there's nothing there. But with the Marine walking out, I'm gonna eat my words. Maybe not. Overlord doesn't see that. That's kind of funny, honestly. It is, like, right on the edge of vision. But now with the command center going down, it's definitely, okay, he knows where we are. And yeah, gasless expand here is... I wonder if Fuzzy's going to play bio, or if he's going to try and do, like, a mech transition off the expansion. Like I said, I've never seen Fuzzy play bio, so it's, I'm really looking forward to seeing this, actually. Overlord taking shelter towards the cliff. Didn't see the layer timing, but this should be almost done. Dopa's got the gas to get his Spire up as well. Should be seeing the layer finished timing. I don't think that Dopa mined, has done Ling speed. I think that's why we have 300 instead of 200 right now. And Spire goes up right over here at the natural. So Fuzzy was not able to confirm the timing or the placement of the Spire, but he can make a pretty educated guess. Sunken going up here as well, under the assumption that we have a delayed factory, but this is straight bio. Do we have the Academy coming up? Yes, we do. I think the Academy's a little bit late for Fuzzy. I think usually you would have 8 Marines and 2 medics, and I think the stim timing is going to be late. But again, I don't know the timings exactly. I don't really play Terran. Does Fuzzy not see... Can you not see the... Okay, he can see the Overlord. He was just holding his fire. Is Dopa taking this bait? Oh my god, that is the dirtiest thing I've ever seen. Dopa's taking the near base. He's gonna be able to throw mutas right over the wall, throw lings right in. Very, very short rush distance. I love it. A little bit of a move out here. We don't have medics to support this just yet. They are on the way. 9 Marines, 2 medics. Should be working on stim. It might show up when we get across the map. There's only 1 sunken. Evo chamber coming up as well. I think Fuzzy can bust this. Just needs to wait for the medics to get there. The stim timing, he's going to be able to just absolutely crush. Mutas are on their way out now. 2 mutas, 4 mutas, 5 mutas. Okay. I think the timing might just barely be missed. Drone's actually coming out, trying to hold this for a moment. This is a very, very tight timing, but I think Fuzzy's gonna miss it, unfortunately. Just a few seconds too late, so Dopa just gets to roll over everything. We don't have turrets in the main. We don't have turrets at the natural. We don't have Marines. I think we don't have a game. I think Fuzzy's done. 8 mutas crossing the map. We've actually canceled the hatchery at 9 o'clock as well. But yeah, there's nothing to defend this with. I think we're going to see a GG in moments. Dopa is going to be on the tower for UPL. The rising star starts his rise. Barracks starting to burn. No Marines remaining. Can just take out these turrets whenever he wants to, really. Fuzzy is banking minerals like crazy. Doesn't have anything to spend it on. We've still got more mutas that aren't even in the fray. We have 11 mutas on the front line. This is just a matter of when does Fuzzy feel like it's over, because I think Dopa already knows it's over. Trying to defend, trying to repair, but I mean, this is factory and barracks in the back lines here, but there's no way to produce, there's no way to mine. Fuzzy's out of workers, out of time. But like I said, this is someone who really likes to play his own game, has his own style, doesn't sweat the small stuff too much. And he's just gonna decide when he wants to leave. And that's right about now. Can't remember turrets, can't win the game. GG, Dopa takes it 2-0. Alright, let me go ahead and kill the recording.